Have you ever noticed? In Japan, men and women in their 80s still move briskly, stand tall, and always wear radiant, energetic smiles. I used to think it was because they had great genes or followed some super scientific diet. But no, their secret is much simpler. A 3-minute morning routine called Radio Taiso. Today, I want to tell you about this special exercise and the 5 science-backed benefits it brings. You're listening to Naturally Strong 60, where I share simple, powerful tips to help you stay healthy, flexible, and live fully every day after 50. If you've been looking for an easy way to wake up your body and energy each morning, stay with me. I first learned about Radio Taiso when I visited an old friend in Japan. That morning, around 6:30, I heard piano music coming from a nearby park. Looking out, I saw hundreds of people, from little kids to elderly folks, standing in rows, rotating their shoulders, stretching their arms, bending their knees, all in rhythm with the music. No one was rushing, no one was straining. They were simply moving gently and smiling. I asked my friend, "What is this?" He laughed. "Radio Taiso, Japan's morning exercise. Just 3 minutes, but everyone does it every day." I thought to myself, 3 minutes? What could that possibly do? But then I tried it, and after just a few sessions, I understood. My body felt warmer, lighter, and my mind clearer, as if someone had flipped on my inner energy switch. This routine was created back in 1928, nearly a century ago, yet it's still broadcast across Japan on the radio every morning. And what I love most is anyone can do it. No gym, no equipment, just a few minutes for yourself. For the Japanese, Radio Taiso isn't just exercise. It's a morning ritual, a way of telling their bodies, "Good morning. Today, we get another day to live."
The first benefit I noticed, and one that research clearly supports, is that Radio Taiso improves circulation and boosts morning energy. After a long night of sleep, our blood flow slows down, our joints stiffen, and our minds feel heavy. But when you start stretching, taking deep breaths, raising your arms, and gently twisting your body, your blood begins to circulate. Your heart beats stronger, and oxygen fills your lungs, spreading throughout your body. That feeling of alertness, it's truly different. In Japan, people often say, "Move first, and energy will follow." And it's true. Just 3 minutes, no coffee, no loud music, your body generates its own energy, a natural, genuine vitality that comes from within. I believe that's what keeps the Japanese so full of life each morning. Not because they have some secret trick, but because they choose to start the day with movement, not haste. Just 3 minutes, but it can change your whole day.
Benefit number 2, preventing muscle loss, sarcopenia. After turning 50, our bodies naturally start to lose muscle mass. It's a normal part of aging. But if we don't pay attention, it can quietly take away our strength, balance, and even confidence. I saw this happen with my father. He used to be very strong, but just a few years after retiring, he began walking slower, and getting up or sitting down became harder. He said, "I guess it's just old age." But that's not entirely true. When I suggested he try Radio Taiso, after just a few weeks he told me, "My legs feel stronger, I can stand steadier, and my back doesn't ache as much." And science agrees. A study from the University of Tokyo found that people who practiced Radio Taiso 5 days a week reduced their risk of muscle weakness and loss by up to 30% after age 60. It sounds surprising until you try it. Every movement in Radio Taiso activates the core, leg, shoulder, and hip muscles, the key muscle groups that help us stand tall, maintain balance, and move with confidence. You don't need intense workouts or sweat-drenched sessions. Just 3 consistent minutes each morning keep your body remembering how to move, and your muscles wake up every day. And the best part? You don't just become stronger, you feel in control of your body again. Like my father now, he still practices every morning and always says, "These 3 minutes remind me I'm not old yet." I believe that's the greatest gift Radio Taiso can offer.
Benefit number 3. Improves balance and joint flexibility. One of the greatest fears as we age isn't back pain or sore knees, it's falling. A single fall can change everything. I've seen many strong, active people lose their independence after slipping in the bathroom, never walking the same again. That's why I deeply admire how the Japanese proactively maintain their balance. In Radio Taiso, nearly every movement helps strengthen balance and coordination. Bending sideways, rotating the shoulders, reaching down and stretching up, bending the knees, shifting weight from one leg to the other. These simple motions may look easy, but they train your body to react faster and move more fluidly. Research shows that just 3 minutes of daily practice can reduce the risk of falls among older adults by up to 40%. And that doesn't just protect your legs, it preserves your independence. I often joke with my friends, this exercise won't make you run a marathon, but it will make sure you don't need a walker. Each morning as I twist my torso and stretch my back, I can literally feel my joints loosening up, smoother, lighter, more flexible. And that feeling is truly priceless. Because when you can bend down to tie your shoes, climb the stairs, or rise from a chair without fear of falling, you feel decades younger, even though your age hasn't changed. Radio Taiso won't turn the clock back to 30, but it helps you keep the freedom of being 30, even when you're 70.
Benefit number 4. Activates the brain and reduces stress. Here's something fascinating that most people overlook. When you move your body, you're not just waking up your muscles, you're waking up your brain. I once read a study from Kyoto University showing that older adults who practice Radio Taiso tend to have better concentration and memory than those who don't. But if you ask me, the reason is much simpler. When you exercise, you have to be mindful of every movement. When you roll your shoulders, take a deep breath, or lean to one side, your brain is coordinating each action with your body. And that's essentially a workout for your mind. I've noticed that after every session, my head feels lighter, my thoughts clearer, and any lingering anxiety simply fades away. Perhaps it's because when your body is moving, you're breathing steady, and the music playing softly, you're no longer stuck in the worries of yesterday. You're fully present, here and now. Those 3 minutes, for me, are like moving meditation. You don't have to sit still, yet your mind becomes calmer than ever. And that's why I believe Radio Taiso doesn't just make us stronger, it helps us live slower, more peacefully, and more mindfully each day.
Benefit number 5. Building positive habits and community connection. There's one more thing, perhaps my favorite part about Radio Taiso. In Japan, people don't practice it alone. Every morning, without fail, they gather in parks, moving together, smiling together, and greeting each other with, "See you tomorrow." I remember my last morning in Tokyo, standing among them, surrounded by men and women in their 70s, yet their energy was absolutely inspiring. One elderly woman turned to me with a bright smile and said, "First time, huh? Just move your arms to the rhythm." Such a simple line, yet it warmed my heart deeply. Because that's the deeper meaning of Radio Taiso. It's not just exercise, it's connection. No matter how old we are, we all need to feel that sense of belonging, to know we're part of something larger than ourselves. And every morning, Radio Taiso gives people exactly that. Just 3 short minutes, but they remind you, you're not alone. In a way, it's like a dose of emotional medicine we all need. 3 minutes of movement, 3 minutes of connection. Sometimes, happiness really is that simple.
So with just 3 minutes each morning, Radio Taiso can bring you so much. It boosts blood circulation and wakes up your body. It keeps your muscles strong and prevents age-related muscle loss. It improves flexibility and balance, helping you move with confidence. It activates your brain, reduces stress, and lifts your mood. And finally, it brings people closer together. Just 3 minutes, but if you do it every day, it can transform how you feel about aging, about health, and about yourself. I know, you might be thinking, I probably don't have time for that. But actually, you do. It only takes 3 minutes, less than the time you spend scrolling your phone in the morning. 3 minutes to breathe, to feel your body, to start your day with a little energy and joy. Give it a try. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, don't rush to turn on the TV or make coffee. Turn on the Radio Taiso music, stand up, and follow along. I believe that after just a few days, your body will thank you for it. Thank you for listening. I'm Victor Lay from Naturally Strong 60, where we learn to live healthy, strong, and free at every age. If you found this episode helpful, hit follow to get more content like this. And remember, you are never too old to start again. Just 3 minutes, but 3 minutes that could change your life.